Hi, Malerie here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite herbs. This herb is the first in the series called There's an Herb for That. This series was really inspired by this herb that I'm going to be talking to you about, as well as my own use of herbal medicine in my personal life and the use of herbs in my practice. So often I have patients that come to me with different ailments, and as we're talking about treatment, I find myself thinking or even saying out loud, there's an herb for that. Why not use natural medicine that is grown from our earth to help your body heal from whatever ails you? It's really pretty awesome. So this herb that I'm going to introduce you to today is called Chrysanthemum. In Chinese medicine, this beautiful flower is known as Ju Hua. One of its most exceptional qualities is that it clears heat from the body, meaning that when you're experiencing something that's red and hot, chrysanthemum is cooling, so it's going to clear that heat from the body. Chrysanthemum is really great at working with specific types of heat. And those specific types of heat fall into 9 different uses. Those 9 uses are going to be for dry, red, swollen, itchy eyes, as well as the second being sore throat, the third being a fever, the fourth being acne, and the fifth being rashes, the sixth being high blood pressure, the seventh is dizziness, the 8th is a pounding headache, and the 9th is going to be the restless mind. So if you're kind of sitting back and thinking, okay, well, those first signs and symptoms really make sense. I understand how they're clearing heat from the body, but what about those other ones? Those don't show signs of heat. Well, I've gone a little bit further into detail on those last few in the article that's associated with this video. There's a link to that below, so be sure that you check that out if you're curious about how chrysanthemum works to clear that particular type of heat. Western medicine tells us that chrysanthemum is an antibiotic, it's antiseptic. It does scientifically show that it lowers blood pressure and it also reduces fever. So a lot of those things that I mentioned, we've got Western medicine to back up Chinese medicine as well, or confirm what Chinese medicine already knows. Ju Hua, or chrysanthemum, really has a special place in my apothecary, mostly because the first time that I used it clinically was on our family dog. She was outside playing with the water that comes from the hose, and that hose just so happened to be spraying out fertilizer. She came into the house, she was drenched in water and in fertilizer, and she was rubbing her eyes. They were red and itchy. You could just tell that she was very uncomfortable. I went to my apothecary, grabbed Ju Hua, created an infusion with it, which means I placed some herb into a cup and then poured hot water over the cup, covered the cup, and let the herbs infuse into the hot water. For about 3 minutes, I let them infuse, and then once that time was up, I took a cotton ball and saturated it with the infused water and then placed that cotton ball over her eyes. I did this several times throughout that day, and the next morning, she woke up and her eyes were completely normal. She wasn't irritated, they weren't noticeably red, and I could just tell that she was happier and really thanking me with those bright brown eyes for helping relieve her discomfort. With that, I want to encourage you to go out and buy some Ju Hua, experiment with it a little bit. You can create it in an infusion, drinking it as a tea, or even using it as a poultice or on a cotton ball for your red and itchy, irritated eyes, or even rashes and acne. You can learn a little bit more about this topic, again, in my associated article. There's a link for that below. Go out and buy some Ju Hua. Tell me about your experience in the comments below. And if you want to take your herbal knowledge further, please consider for joining me in my Beyond the Benefits Herbal Medicine for Kitchen Herb Health in that series. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.